when you ask someone, who are you? Tell me something different from your gifts. Don't tell me your gifts. Don't tell me your talents. Don't tell me your skills. Don't tell me your abilities. Tell me who you are.
Yeah.
Environment is number 1, your parents.
Wow.
Number 2, your friends. Number 3, your teachers.
Yes.
Fourthly, yourself. The biggest problem that we have in our society today ni unazaliwa na wazazi wako wanataka mtoi.
Yeah.
So, number 1, it is out of wedlock. The whole conception was a mistake.
Yes.
Number 2, teachers who don't want to teach.
Manze.
Waliingia education, walifanya education just because walipata C+. Mwalimu akikuja class ako na attitude.
Yes.
Hataki kujua story ni. Part of what identity is tied to is your assignment. If you don't discover your assignment, ndio itadetermine whether utaendelea ama utabaki hapo. Kuna wase wenye sahi hawafai kuwa wanafanya vitu wanafanya. Unafaa kuwa umegrow. But just because this thing has been working out long enough for you, you don't feel like outgrowing the place. Utapata msemo yako 30 bado ajijue. Just because you got into a successful corporate well-paying job does not mean you know yourself.
True.
And we've seen this, watu wakifikanga 35, 40, 45 wanataka kujiuliza, I want something more in life. Leadership is part of kingdom.
Yeah, true.
Authority is part of kingdom. Legislation is part of kingdom. Remember that each one of us, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are all unique. Kitu wenye wewe unafaa kufanya ni kitu different na kenye mimi nafaa kufanya. Tunaweza kuwa tunafanya sote ni leadership. Sote tunaweza kuwa MP. By the fact that ulikuwa MP wa hii constituency, by the time I'm coming later to be the MP, if all that I can do is just give a more refined version of what you've done, I've also failed.
Hello great people, my name is Samuel Mwangi, and you guys know that I'm a leader, a speaker on leadership. And today, as the Ecclesia, we are hosting an amazing guy who is a leadership trainer as well as a speaker, and is a very strong Christian as well as a person of the kingdom. So you know that our conversation will be surrounding identity, mindset, as well as shaping the culture of nations, not just this nation. So this guy, if you've seen him around, he's very, let me say, very wise. And he's approved. He has studied to show himself approved. And that's why he's here. So Tinega,
thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Asante,
Welcome, Manze. It's so good to have you around.
I'm telling you, the reception here, very welcoming.
Manze, we are glad.
I feel at home already.
This one should be at home, man. Anytime you need to come through. If you feel like we need to talk about this, Bana, you tell me, Manze, we do it.
Actually, funny enough, I've been in how many interviews so far? This year I've had 3 or 4. I think 3.
Yes.
And all of them are a bit tense. Make sure you mention this. Make sure you mention this. Make sure you mention this. Na usisahau wakienda break, usisahau sana hizo za TV. Ulisahau kutaja hii. So but here today, I'm telling you, even from the reception, it's very welcoming. So you feel relaxed. Kasa I feel like niko home, nimetulia.
So what do you like people to know about you?
What I like people to know about me is that, again, Tinega Lionel is my name. I'm a generational steward. That is a statement that carries a lot to it.
Manze.
But what I'm called to do, what it is that I'm doing right now, is seeing to it that young people are able to transition into leadership positions by accurately knowing themselves, knowing their assignments, and knowing what it is that they're supposed to be doing.
Interesting.
That is all.
Wow. Talking about now generational stewardship.
Yes.
If you check our generation, really, many have not found their identity.
True.
Many are lost because they don't know their identity. What is the first step of discovering it?
Identity is very interesting in this way. I don't think it is really about steps. It is just environment. But when you talk about identity, people don't even understand. I think many of the times I've mentioned in my videos or in the places that I've been invited to speak about identity, but what waelewe, when you're talking about identity, people have to come and realize that when you ask someone, who are you? Tell me something different from your gifts. Don't tell me your gifts. Don't tell me your talents. Don't tell me your skills. Don't tell me your abilities. Tell me who you are.
Yeah.
And then mtu ana freeze ajui ni nini atasema. So identity comes from a part inside you. So we have to first come and understand from the very beginning, when God says that he's creating man and let us create man in our own image. What did it really mean? Then unakuja ku understand that at the very heart of who you are, ama of this body, there's something that powers it. Hizi vitu zote kama skills, talents, mtu yote ukimuuliza wewe ni nani anakuambia masinga, no. There's something that is inside you that powers everything.
True.
That is now the soul. The soul is whereby your identity is formed and realized. So you get to know who you are from your soul. So there are certain things that within you zitaanza ku grow hapo, though in your outside body it is now manifested.
Yes.
So if I am confident, it now manifests outside, like me being a leader. I can be a public speaker. I can stand before people. So there are those small things I feel like that we really overlook as a society. People don't really look at it vizuri, and inafanya to miss out on what identity is. So it's the small things. Yes.
Wow. So you've mentioned about environment. What kind of environment are they supposed to be in?
Environment, I believe environment is number 1, your parents.
Wow.
Number 2, your friends. Number 3, your teachers. And then fourthly, yourself. So identity is all about exposure. Hakuna kitu ingine, ni exposure. Whatever you exposed to will provoke what is inside you. So if I'm exposed to environment whereby nikikuwa mtu hiyo, mzazi wangu ananiambia na by the way unaweza imba. Na by the way you're strong. I had my parents telling my small brother that you're strong. Hiyo kitu inaenda far away. How does someone know that they can be a fast runner? Omanyala angejuaje anaweza kuwa Omanyala leo? It's either through your friends. Nikumaanisha kuna siku moja mli-race kama friends. Ukaona umewacha mbali. Ukaenda shule ukaona umewacha mbali. Now the biggest problem that we have in our society today ni unazaliwa na wazazi wenyewe wako wanataka mtoi. So number 1, it is out of wedlock. Number 2, you are the whole conception was a mistake. Number 2, ukitoka kwa wazazi ukienda shule unapatana na teachers who don't want to teach. Waliingia education, walifanya education just because walipata C+. So just because nilipata C+, what is it that I can do? Mwalimu akikuja class akona attitude. Hataki kujua story ni. Ukiingia church, uende Sunday school, unapata na pastor hataki. Cause yeye pastor anataka kwa main church, lakini ameambia juu umekuja lazima uanze Sunday school. So lazima aanze kufunza kutoka Sunday school. So it's more of your environment. The people that are around you will shape who you are. If they're not able to, number 1, really pick the things in you and tell it to you, hapo ndo utaihata. And then now later on ndo wewe sasa unaanza kuja kujirealize like, oh by the way, nakumbuka nikiwa mtu hii I used to be really competitive in class. Mbona ulikuwa competitive? Maybe it's because you like dominating, you're an alpha. Hautajua juu inaanza na wewe, inaanza na people that are around you, then it comes now to you. So that's all about identity. It's environment, exposure.
So now in the place where you're growing within a very toxic environment, and you've realized this environment is not working for you, like the way your parents, maybe they have unhealed wounds and they're wanakuachilia yote on you, then the kind of friends that are around you and even workplace, and it's really affecting you negatively. How do you deal with it when sometimes it looks like you una option ya to stay around?
I feel like any conversation very deep, and I have seen that God is raising people in those areas. Because ni conversation ya healing. It is just purely about healing. There are people that I believe nimeona a bit of them, I believe that there's more depth to where it is that they are going, or what it is God is going to call them to. But watu wakuwa able kutufungulia healing in a different way. Unajua leo ukikuwa church ama ukue pali useme tunakuwa na healing, people don't understand. Many don't understand why healing is really important. But nikikuwa nimehata on identity number 1, now I'm already at a place whereby I'm being damaged more by my environment. Ni kumaanisha now you have to recall yourself from that place. Number 1, when you recall yourself, now before God even uses you ama akuassign, anafaa kwanza hiyo process ya kukusaidia, ya kukusaidia. Let's take example moja, kama mtoi nafaa kwa public speaker. Shule ulikuwa unaongeanga sana, unaandikanga noise makers. Hakuna mtu alikuwa able kupick that thing. Kaitwa kierere mbele kitu kaa hiyo inakuhurt. So it takes I think a conversation on healing the soul. I think it's a procedural thing that has so many steps to it. Na I believe ni place yenye mi wana encourage wase, kama una feel like this is somewhere that God is calling you, please ingia, because I don't think we've already uncovered it. I've seen some people talk about it, and some people are deep about it. I think the likes of, I think there's a guy nilipatana naye juzi anaitwa Njuguna Benny kiasi, but bado hajaipata. Sijaona mse ameipata vizuri. Unajua ile kitu yenye unasemanga it is tangible, tunaweza ona, bado hajaipata fiti. But I believe it's something that will be given to our generation. So ni conversation to purely on healing. Wow. Purely on healing.
What about the way Walubengo has done it?
Walubengo has done it in a really good way. But it is limited to his experience. To some certain extent. Now I say this with all due respect. I really love Walubengo is my mentor. Let me first start from there. Mtu asione ni kama naichukulia in a different way. But Walubengo, hata ukipata venye how he describes it from how he has experienced it. So kumaanishaje ule mse mwenye amekam kutoka, let's think of, you are raised without parents completely. Mse alikuwa raised in the streets. It requires someone who's fully given himself to healing. When I understand deeply beyond my own experience.
True.
So Benny, I think Benny ndo amefungua hiyo conversation. Without Benny, I don't think tungekuwa able kuona hiyo conversation venye tunaona sasa.
So true.
So sasa hivi venye amefungua hivi, it's more of like any gatekeeper. So now sasa ni wale wasiandani ndo wanaanza kuingia. Wasiandani. Remember this guy called Njuguna. Maybe sahi hata tokea this year or next year, but probably in 2 or 3 years mtono jamaa ametokea.
Wow. So how do you think identity has really, like lack of discovering identity has affected us in terms of our self-esteem, our confidence, and being able to become a leader? Because you can't be able to be an effective leader when you're low esteemed. Right? So I want you to cover around there.
Okay. I believe the reason as to why how it is that you can be able to, you've talked about discovering your identity. That's the question.
Yes. And some of the things that it has affected, like self-esteem and all these things. Because now without discovering it, you cannot be a great leader.
Yes. This whole conversation, it may hurt the soul. Now the soul, ukiangalia the soul is 2 things. The soul is your intellect, and the soul is your will. So your ability to comprehend things
has been affected.
Imekwa chini. And then number 2, your ability to act on what you've comprehended. I don't think it has really touched on the will. It has touched more so on the intellect. Because if I touch on your intellect and I leave you to your will, you will act on wrong things.
True.
So I believe vitu kama confidence, lack of self-esteem. Ile time mtu anajaribu kusimama place mnakuwa body shamed. You know, actually heard that people do body shaming even in university. Girls more so. Hiyo kitu hata ilinishangaza. When you body shame someone, and let me even give you a story, something that happened to me personally, na siku realize. I was scrolling through TikTok and then kuna this one ad that I kept on seeing ya Glovo. Yeah, dem flani analetanga I think a piece of chicken analetewa hapa. I kept on seeing that ad ikanebo. Ikanebo. So there's one day nimeingia nikifungua tu hivi nika swipe up hiyo ndio ikakuja. Nikaingia kwa comment section nikaona msee ameandika we are tired of this one ad. Mimi nika reply hapo nikasema same. Nikicheka because alikuwa read my mind. Unajua after that God alini rebuke. Nilitry kutafuta hiyo page sikuipata. Global Kenya TikTok hawana sijui mbona. Nilienda hata unaweza enda search site Global Kenya don't have a page on TikTok. They have a page but it doesn't have posts. But sijui ni aje wana push hiyo stuff. I don't know what mechanism that they're using. Nilienda kutry delete after God alini rebuke. Aliniambia imagine msi sasa dem amepatiwa hiyo job, hiyo ndio ilikuwa last result yake. Had confidence. HR ama supervisor wake amekuja akapitia hizo comments zenu, akaona comments zenu ni mob. So utachangia kwa msee number 1 kuvutwa kazi. Number 2, in case such an opportunity ever arises, akwe able to deal with bigger brands. Hatajua. Atakuwa na feel like I'm not sufficient. I cannot be able to get to that kind of place. So I believe it hurts little places within ourselves, within our soul, specifically our intellect, our ability to comprehend those particular things, and then we are not able to act on it. Or else there's another way to see it. Kuna wale wenye wamepata kuijua but they are using it for the wrong thing. I highly believe any influencer angekuwa wa kingdom tungekuwa mbali.
Manze
kuna hii statement tunasemanga young, influential, wealthy and for God. Kenya na Africa bado hatujaona hiyo. We've not seen anyone who's young, wealthy, influential and for God. And za kwa for God na young. And za kwa for God and influential. But are you like kuna vitu zenye ziko missing. Ndio upate mse kama Speed anakuja Kenya. Hadi president wa Kenya mwenyewe anampatia recognition. Mse yako 21. Anampatia recognition ya juu amekam Kenya na the masses that is pulling. I feel like it came from a point of number 1 penye aligrow. I think aligrow in a place whereby his mom alimtupa kwa anatakanga stories zake. His dad pia alikuwa ameachana na masake. But when he came to his dad embraced him with how he is. First time mimi nilionanga Speed used to be very weird. Anafanya vitu zingine hadi unashangaa. But his ability yani anatokea na hiyo confidence tu anaifanya hivyo.
Manze
ni hivyo. And that is what has built him to today who he is today. Akiingia hapa si wote hadi tunaweza acha hii podcast Speed.
Now, if he was an African kid, do you think he would have reached there?
No, he wouldn't. It takes a lot. I think one of the African kids that nimeona walikuja ku make it, no dem alikuwa nafanyanga. I think alikuwa anaitwa Immaculate. Ama alikuwa anaitwa nani? Walikuwa nafanyanga the short plays in Nigeria. Hizo zenye tulikuwa tunawachingi tukikuwa high school. But no dem aka make it, and then after I make it akacha kuziproduce sijui mbona. So there are people who are able to do it. But the problem is wanafika at a certain level. Uje shida ya kukua solid in your identity ni utafika a certain level una notice ube out to grow everyone within your space. Your ability to stay and know that you're supposed to do a specific thing then will determine whether you will continue succeeding or not. Kuna wase wenye wanafika hapo wana detach. Either msee amemake it hapa in Kenya atafika hiyo level amwe mambo ya Kenya ameachana nayo. I think about this lady. I think she's called Elsa Majimbo. Elsa Majimbo was really good. She was a content creator, very influential. And then Elsa Majimbo was able to reach to a specific niche. There's a specific type of group in Gen Z wenye tunaitanga nerds na visionaries. Elsa Majimbo alikuanga na hiyo ability ya kufikia hawasi. But after she went to the US, no, at that point alikuwa amefika, ndo alikuwa anakuwa ranked one of the top content creators in Kenya. Akapotea.
Wow. So do you think, like, because I've seen that happening a lot. what is it about? Because are there things that we can do when we are young and they are very important, they are very impactful, or they are able to draw wealth to you that at some point in some ages to come they'll be relevant? Because like the way I told you yesterday, I was a DJ. Like right now I don't. When you discover your real identity, like you're actually now related to what you're really created to do, do you think you can do that thing forever? Because I should speak, do you think in 10 years you'll be doing what he's doing right now?
He might be because kwa ile culture ya huko hata as old as you get, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day nothing pays bills. And ndio imemfikisha hapo. It can even take him higher. We look at Mr. Beast. Okay, don't look at Mr. Beast. Tuangalie Logan Paul and this other guy that co-hosts with him in his podcast. The guy I think is 40. Na anafanya hizi vitu bana, inalipa bills number one, but huyo ametoka point ya kulipa bills. He's now accumulating wealth. Au umetoka richness au ni wealth. I think at some certain point sasa it gets to identity. Part of what identity is tied to is your assignment. If you don't discover your assignment, ndio itadetermine whether utaendelea ama utabaki hapo. Kuna wase wenye sahi hafai kuwa wanafanya vitu wanafanya. Unafaa kumegrow. But just because this thing has been working out long enough for you, you don't feel like outgrowing the place. Let me give you a good example. Today I lead Digital Africa. Digital Africa started 3 years ago. We started as We Relate. Kuna point ikabidi I dismantle the group because the season ilikuwa imeisha. Kwa hiyo group tulikuwa na almost 4 subcategories. Kulikuwa na Bible study, kulikuwa na reach out, zilikuwa mob. But I was comfortable. Nilikuwa najua tayari God kitu anaenda kufanya within this next season. Place ananiweka. But nilikuwa na feel like naweza fanya hiyo kama nimebaki hapa. Your ability to be able to move from where you've gotten to the next level, knowing what it is that you're supposed to do within your assignment will also determine how far you go.
True.
Yes.
Wow, that was very interesting. So if you look now, if you maybe compare two different people, one person is around 30 years and the other one is 20 years, and this person that is 20 years has gone ahead in life. Then there's this person who is 30 there behind. I want us to talk about the cost of making a great leader. So what has this person done different? Because that I want to bring it out so that now someone who will be like, why is Tinega there and I'm not there? Or why is Olibengo there and he's very young and the other person is not yet there? Where is the place of now the cost? And where is the place of maybe God's timing or divine alignment or these things? Maybe you can try to bring some light there.
Jeremiah 1:5.
Yeah.
I think your verse rafiki yangu ali making a video. I've never seen it in the same way. Jeremiah 1:5 talks about 3 things. Number 1, I talk about knowing you. Number 2, I talk about setting you apart. Then number 3, I talk about deploying you. I'm appointing you. So God already knows us. The question is, do I know myself? Utapata mse mwenye ako 30 bado ajijui. Just because you got into a successful corporate well-paying job does not mean you know yourself.
True.
And we've seen this, watu wakifikanga 35, 40, 45 wanaanza kujiuliza, I want something more in life. Watu wengine wana opt kwenda kununua shamba, wanze ukulima. Kuna watu wengine wanasema wanataka kuanzisha founding organizations. I think the cost now comes after God knows you. God tayari anakuja before the very beginning. The question now comes is, do you know yourself? And how you know yourself is counter checking with what God knows about you. He has the original script. So who am I? And then now originating from who am I, setting me apart. So hii ndo place yenye wasi wengi wapendangi kusikia, but before tufike hapa, some of us we've experienced certain seasons. And I believe bado tunaendelea. It's not that it's the final nini. If God wants me to grow in a certain area, he can feel free to use me ama to take me through whatever it is. Bora nitoke at the very end. So I feel like it is being steadfast in that part of being set apart. I think people misuse the phrase ama the name Adullam, the cave of Adullam. It is that timing, but how the ability of you to make the most out of it will determine whether you get out on the other side. So journey yako kama inafaa kutake 7 days ama 7 years between Egypt to Canaan, don't make isichukue 40. There are certain things now that come into play there. God anaweza kwa amekuset apart, but problem ni mindset. Problem pia ni culture. Because culture na mindset zina affect what you believe in.
True.
I think one of my assignments or one of the places that God alikuwa ananiset alibidi ani help na mindset sana. Because mimi nimetoka kwa wazazi nikiwa very young. Nimetoka kwa wazazi I don't have a paying job. I'm not employed. But things have to move. Wewe kutoka kwa mzazi hataki kujua venye unalala, venye unakula nini. Hiyo ni yako. So umeamua because they actually begged me to stay. I told them that no, I know what I've heard from God. Kutoka hiyo part now when I was living alone, I think I had the same mindset as how I was living with my parents. At the beginning of every month mzazi wangu labda atanitumia allowance, so najua hii ndo budget ya hii mwezi. Ilifika point God akabidi anishow that is how you dealt with your earthly parents. Now this is how you deal with your heavenly father. Kama unataka kufanya kitu, do it. Pesa itakuwa company, itakupata ukifanya. So the aspect of faith now has to come and play.
True.
So there are certain things I think being steadfast in your season of being set apart will determine how far you where it is that you're going to get to. I believe certain people will come out of it, but you've not made the most out of your season. You haujapata kulearn kitu yenye ulikuwa unataka kulearn. Kumbuka Moses alipitia hizo experiences zote. Moses alipitia experience ya palace. So alikuwa anajua venye royalty na authority ina work. But royalty na authority was not all that God needed with him.
True.
He also needed him to understand the fact that you can be in the wilderness, that I can also provide, I can speak to you. Moses did not learn hearing God in the palace. Ilikuwa pale kwa wilderness.
True.
I heard someone say this I think over TikTok that Moses alipitia wilderness mara mbili. Tunasawa ingivu. And so the fact ya kukua set apart and you making the most out of that, it is costly. It is costly. Hata tusidanganya, it is costly. And I believe for certain people it becomes heavier depending on what it is your assignment is. Kuna assignments za wase wengine ni mzito. Ni mzito. Na God akikupatia hiyo stuff sahi juu si atawezi kupatia, he is sovereign, anaweza kupea. But the problem is the thing that he wants you to learn is nikikupatia hii stuff sahi nataka ujue number one what it takes. I believe like for leaders something that alikuwa ananionyesha some time back. For a leader you can't be a leader hadi ile point uta realize why God really loves his people, like his heart for his people. Ukuje realize God anapenda wase wake to this extent, and then he's given you those people for you to lead them. I think just the fact that you can comprehend that will compel you to be a good leader. That is just an example. So for you'll need to go through a season of experiencing or knowing what love is. It depend na venye ataishape depending pia again na exposure yako. Kuna wase wenye ku undo the mindsets and the culture it take time. It take a lot of time. I believe I have a friend who aliniambianga hivi. Him alikuwa raised up in a less fortunate family. So sahib venye amefika pali vitu zinaanza ku make sense in life. Akona ile aspect ya anatakanga ku save sana. Saving is not bad. But ilifika point God akamwambia because hii mindset imekuwa brought up with where you came from. Ulikuwa na savingi like leo tunaweza nunua mkate ya tuko watano ama tuko wasita, lakini jua tujui kesho acha tununue ya 50. 50 itatunia kesho. So God had to undo that. So depending on also how strong you're hanging on your mindset and your culture will also determine the time that will take you ndo ufike penye unaenda. But I believe again for people who are older, if it was possible, venye tu Nicodemus alikuwa anasema how is it possible for me to be born again? If it was possible, ukizaliwa, I think this is the easiest process. Kama tungezaliwa tena alafu uweko in the right environment, it will be the easiest. But for you sasa uko 30 you don't have the leisure of time. So God na wewe haezi deal na wewe venye ange deal na wewe ukikuwa 18. So the aspect of redemption of time has to come in place.
True.
Kumaanisha labda unaweza pitia season intense, itakuwa intense sana for you, but time itakuwa shorter. Utalearn a lot of things. Ama kumaanisha tu grace yake labda mercy yake inaweza prevail tu kiplani, ama yakufunike in a certain need, but you will not be as effective as he wanted you to be.
Yeah.
So it really depends.
Wonderful. How do you think we can make like the young people to be more productive? Because I don't think many people are very productive. That's why I think a lot of young people are into drugs. They're into a lot of idling. That's why I think some of them can be used by politicians when it comes. For example, right now, can you really be used by a politician to do some things?
No, that's
So what is our role? What role can we play as young people to make sure that we actually help our fellow young people to make sure they're on the right track?
I think ni kuja number one kuelewa wase wanapenda nini, the things that they do love, and then provide an environment for them to do those things.
Yeah.
I was in town on Sunday, and as we were driving leaving town, my friend just looks around and tells me, do you think these people will be here if they were employed? Akijua kesho Monday walikuwa wingi. Wengine ni mapicha, wengine tu ni kudance, wengine tu wamekaa tu, wengine ni mwana na skateboard, wengine tu wamechill tu kwa rails. Kaniuliza, we fikiria hivi, umse angekuwa na job kesho Monday, anajua kesho anafaa kuingia 9 am, anafaa kuingia pale, angekuwa hapa? So what is the biggest problem? The biggest problem number one is idleness. But idleness inaletwa na nini? Umse akona vitu mob za kufanya, akona energy mob. Kumbukeni, young people have a lot of energy, but they don't have anywhere to dispense it.
True.
So you know how to dance a lot, you know how to sing, you know how to do all these things, but there's no avenue for you to nini. I believe part of kuna kongana teaching ya 7 mountains. Each mountain is powerful. One of the most powerful mountains ni arts and entertainment, na the mountain of media. The mountain of media is really powerful because it influences people. Kama kuna mountain yenye inaweza influence a lot of people, is media. Anyone who stands on top of that mountain will influence the mindsets of people, the culture and all that.
True.
Aya, hapo ndo tunapata tuko na content creators wengi, tuko na wase wengi wenye walipwi, hawana hope. Anakujanga kukuambia venye ako na issue ya mental health, anakuja kulia kwa TikTok, anakuja kuambia tap on the screen. Si mbaya, but hiyo ndo kitu anakuja kudispense. If you're able to capture the mountain of media and the mountain of arts and entertainment, arts and entertainment ni ile ya sasa tunaona kuna aspect ya celebrities, kuna aspect ya people that they can look up to within their community, tied to either again gifts, abilities, talents or skills. Itakuwa imewa help sana. But the problem is, if we are not able, if we don't have leaders who can be able to see these things as things that are actually needed, inakuwa ni noma. Inakuwa ni noma. Kuza nashanga kama pale Jamhuri. It's a public primary school called Jamhuri Primary, but wamejengewa turf. Lakini sionangi hao watu hiyo wakichezea na hiyo turf. Hiyo turf inakuanga tu kurentisha wase. So mtu hii anaishingi akiadmire hiyo turf. Probably I'm wrong, I don't know. Lakini watu hii ni wengi. Na ukitaka turf hata saa hii utaenda ulipe, na wao kama wako hapo wataambiwa watoke bana. So huo ni mtu mwenye labda hata upata hiyo do ya kulipia hapo. Huo ni msemo mwenye ni skilled. Lakini hana place ya kuidispense.
Some of the things that you're supposed to make sure that they change. Do you think the education system of Kenya is shaped to raise leaders? Leaders of different fields. Like if you talk about manufacturing, if you talk about entertainment, even these fields like even law. Do you think like this education system is really built to build leaders?
Hata leo nisifie 844. For some time I think I've been talking bad about it. I think that there are advantages to our education system. Number one, kama hapa tulikuwa tunaongelelea memory. Education system yetu inasaidia wase na memory access. it helps you to be able to retain and whatever it is that you've learned. Number 2, inasaidia wasi sana na discipline. But the only challenge that I have with discipline is that the education system doesn't really explain values to us. You need to sit down at times and think about it. Unakonga, you know, I don't think people realize unakonga umechorewa rectangle. That is how it is. Umekwa katikati. Ukitoka nje hiyo rectangle you're punished. You're not told why it is you're punished. Mbona hakuna siku ulikuja kuambiwa shule fighting in school is bad? Why? That I feel like that we are supposed to have those conversations. Ndo ukuje uambie mse integrity ni kitu noma. Mwambie corruption ni mbaya. Inaanzia hiyo siku. Ni juu umekuja kumwambia integrity is needed in our system because it helps you focus on 1 2 3. But unamwambia ukipatikana ukiba exam unakuwa suspended. You've not explained anything. Ukiuliza reason, it is just bad.
Yes.
You know, it is against the rules of our nini. It is against Christianity. And to some certain extent, I believe even us as Christians, God anaraise wase wenye wako intellectual na wako balanced. Wase wanaweza leta some sense of why doctrine or why certain things are written, certain principles are written in the Bible for us to actually interpret it. I don't believe nini iko well enough nitwaje education system yetu, and that is why we are having so many people rise in the mountain of education. Kama Benny, where do you think Benny operates from? Benny operates from the mountain of education. It's a mountain of, there are 7 mountains of influence. Kuna mountain of family. Family ina shape identity yako. Kuna mountain of religion. Religion has to be the most supernatural one because tuna spend only, kama pastor na spend only 2 hours in a week with you. So you need some form of supernatural nini. Kuna mountain of education. Hapo ndo naona sahi inaenda, and in the next few years it's going to be one of the biggest mountains in Kenya. There are people who are think about Brian Ambego, think about Benny, think about I saw this woman who does the podcast really well. I think she's called Hannah Gituki or something. Think about what Ashok is doing. Ashok Sani is into fashion, but he's now started classes. Mountain of education is growing, and people are paying. People are paying. Staki could disclose figures, but people are actually paying for it. So I believe God is raising people again in this place to be able to reshape how leaders are going to be made. Anawapatia a certain thing ama a certain sense zenye anaweza kwa able ku nini, because si hatuwezi rudi 844 tena,
hatuwezi. Talking about Brian and Hannah, do you know the kind of information these people are giving? So precious. Like, and you don't get it in school.
True.
Do you think like this kind of information that actually Kina Benny give, Kina Brian give, Kina Anna giving financial education, do you think these things should be systemized? Because manze, this system, man, is as much as it's giving us memory. You know, if I'm remembering something that is not meaningful to me, I don't want it. I better forget about it, you know. So do you think we should systemize this as future leaders or even the current one?
We should systemize it. Kuna so many things manze nimelearn kutoka nitoke shule ama hata nikiwa shule zenye ziko in the system not needed. I don't think I feel like ukitegemea system yetu pekee you're preparing.
You're doomed. Because see the kind of people like this, the education system has produced, like they're not productive. Let's use the word productive. You know, you'll hear CEOs says when we employ someone, we have to train them afresh, like they have never been to school.
Exactly. I was watching a video yesterday by Femi Lazarus, Apostle Femi Lazarus akisema kuna reason as to why in Nigeria ukimaliza shule unaingia equivalent yao hapa Kenya ni NYS. Unaingia NYS, ukiingia NYS wanakufundisha kutengeneza sabuni, wakufundisha vitu as make sense because they are not also expecting anything from you. You get? They are not expecting anything supernatural from you because the system was not made to need that. And I feel like it also affects our doctrine. Systematically, but in school, but also in church. Nilikuwa na watch video flani I hope Benny gets to watch this. Nilikuwa na watch video flani ya Benny akikuwa last week alikuwa in Migori. So ako hapo ameongelelea intellectual favor, the five types of favor. Akiongelelea intellectual favor, I swipe into the comments. Na msee akisema umse wa 24 anajua nini. Na msee mwingine amesema jamani motivational speaker mmemleta church. And part of us maturing is realizing that the kingdom is big.
Yeah, true.
Kingdom is big. Leadership is part of kingdom.
Yeah, true.
Authority is part of kingdom. Legislation is part of kingdom. If we don't have anywhere where we can be able to dispense this information about kingdom, watu watajuaje? Mtu asiweza come hapa akufundishe, by the way, this is wealth. And this is at the type, kama ini masterclass tulikuwa na Benny I think 2 weeks ago. The 5 ways or 5 areas as to how it is that you can procedurally grow into wealth. Utajuaje? Haifunzwi shule. Haifunzwi.
That's why you should introduce a system that actually captures those.
Exactly.
Because many people cannot, there are people like they really need this information but they can't afford Benny's class.
True.
They can't afford Anna's class or even Brian, you see. So that's why it have to be in a system that is sponsored by government.
Na kitu naweza, I think when umesema hivyo, I think I would like to even thank Benny for he's made himself really accessible. Unajua Benny ukanga na wase wangapi kwa nyumba?
By then he stays with little guys.
Benny ukanga na wase almost 10 every day.
Man.
Kama unajua Benny
feeds them
hiyo 10 ni wale wanakaa na alafu kila siku ana invite wase for dinner. Unajua kuna siku niliingia kupika nikasema let me cook. Kuingia hapo manzi ile mchele tuli, I think we made rice almost 1.5 kg in one sitting. Mimi kutoka nizaliwa sijaona food inapikwa hivyo. Na hiyo ni on a daily. Hiyo ni kumaanisha nini? Msekao hiyo God anafahamu supply hii because anahitaji. Say wote wenye amewaleta, he's not charging them. They live in his house for free. He just gives them the access. You're not able to find this thing in your education system. Come and learn it from me. At times you will learn through seeing. At times you will learn through my words I will speak and you will actually learn. At times you will just go back and meditate on these things that come.
Now tukiendelea kwa conversation kina Benny, what is the role of mentors? Because many people they are lacking mentors. What is the role of mentors and how do we find these mentors so that we can sit after them?
I think the role of mentors, number one, kitu nafaa kujua ni a mentor, the first thing ni anafaa kukuonyesha that this thing is possible. And so most of the time utapata God anakuweka in a field where someone ama anakuweka under usubmit to someone who's already done it. Hata kama nataka kufanya something newer than you, I believe kama mimi I had to meet Benny to some certain extent so that I get to see it. So for me now it is possible. Kumbuka soul tukiongelelea identity ni intellect and will. Kwa intellect ni awareness. There are things that you do to get that awareness. Number one, you need to know. That is the first thing. Ile tu yenye msea kuja kuangalia hivi akwambie manze you're handsome. Unajua utaijua you're handsome mpaka msea akwambie you're handsome. You don't realize that you're handsome because umejiangalia ukasema you're handsome. There's someone who said it. So the number one is knowing. Number two ni meditation. After umeshajua, can I sit back and now ponder on those principles? And then number three, I think you now speak those things. And these people of the world have actually made us, have proven to us that these things work. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So number one, I think mentors ni kuonyesha that this thing is possible. Number two, mentor anakuanga ni kama anakupatia a bird's view of what it is that you're doing.
True.
Kuna challenges mob tunapitia. Hata mimi kuna challenges napitia. Nimekwambia kama sahi we need to settle something like about figures za 300,000 by June event at KICC. There's someone who spoke to me and I am able to now see it from this perspective. Kaniambia badala ya wewe uanze kukaa chini kupanga hii kitu yote. You already have people around you. Tell them the vision and leave it at that. They will be able to implement it. Let them come back to you. So anakusaidia kuona past one hurdle, because one of the things that people need to learn is that every day manze kuna moto unazimanga. ukimaliza ya leo kuna ya kesho. Na ukimaliza ya kesho kuto inagojea. Na ya kesho kuto ikiisha, you need to level up. Ukifika point yenye unaona sahi nimefika. You need to level up. Yeah. So number 1 is creating that awareness. Number 2 is giving you the bird's overview of what it is that you're doing. Insight, providing fresh insight. And then number 3, you see the verse that talks about your old men shall dream dreams and your young men shall see visions. There are old men who've been able to go ahead of us, and due to their age, number 1, and their relationship with God aliwapaintia a picture of certain things that need to happen.
Yeah.
Your mentor plays that role of this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So your old men shall dream dreams. Yakikwambia ilikuwa dream, by the time inakuja kwako it becomes a vision.
Yeah.
It's something now you're looking up to because it's something that you're going to implement.
Yes.
That is the role.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you see how people learn from people subconsciously? For example, we see like the way our politicians they do leadership, and how sometimes it can be abusive and all these things, and sometimes we learn subconsciously. How can we avoid learning from these politicians? Because some of the things that they do, if we are not careful, we will get there and start playing the same card.
It's just inahitaji maturity, awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness, kujua kuna vitu unafaa kupick na kuna vitu hufai kupick, and then at the end of the day coming back to God to see if what you've picked is the right thing. Nakumbuka this was a mistake that I almost made. Because I was sitting under mentorship, you thought that this person's structure is the same structure that you're going to implement. God does not. Something that people should look at in mentorship and even leadership is that don't pick the wrong thing, or don't implement the wrong thing, or else you will end up providing a more refined version of a structure that is not needed. Kuna kitu unaweza produce sahi because of what you've learned by being under one person, which is really good. Uta provide a better version of it. Itasaidia wase. But remember that each one of us, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are all unique. Kitu wenye wewe unafaa kufanya ni kitu different na kenye mimi nafaa kufanya. Tunaweza kuwa tunafanya sote ni leadership. Sote tunaweza kuwa MP. By the fact that ulikuwa MP wa hii constituency, by the time I'm coming later to be the MP, if all that I can do is just give a more refined version of what you've done, I've also failed. Because I've not been able to tap to my identity. I've not been able to use the resources of mindset and culture that God amenipatia niko able to implement. So there are things that I believe we can learn from leaders. I think something that wanasemanga ni if a leader makes a mistake and then you come and make the same mistake, you're twice a fool. Because alikuwa tayari na hiyo platform, wewe umekama ukarudia kitu alifanya. So there's always something to learn from someone. Hiyo ni kitu na believing. Acha nikupatie encounter yangu. Nilipatana na the first time that God was bringing me to the mountain of politics and governance. Policy and governance. I met someone who's really influential. Very influential. And when nilipatana naye, I decided let me just say hi. I went and said hi. And of course when nilisema hi, this person was very uninterested. Actually hakuniangalia. Nile like hi, akanipatia mkono hivi. Anaangalia simu hata hajaona. So tukamalizia conversation Kenya nilikuwa namuuliza, nikamuuliza manzi nataka meeting na is it possible? Akaniambia yeah, I'm here, I'm available. Akanipatia namba yake. Nikachukua hii time yote hajaniangalia. Nikarudi penye nilipo.
Hata akikwambia
hata akiniambia manzi alinipatia tu glance moja, akaniuliza jina lako ni gani? Nikamwambia Tinega. Akaniuliza are you the son of Dr. Tinega? Nikasema zii. Akarudi kuangalia simu yake. I went back to the people that I was talking to. Tulikuwa na a friend group. Nikafika hapo. These guys, I think they were congratulating me for something that I had done. Sikumbuki ilikuwa nini. But kuna kitu nilikuwa nimefanya. Umsi alikuwa, now this leader alikuwa ameona dem moja hapo. Unajua Umse alienda katafuta Instagram yangu himself, and I'm telling you he's a prominent leader, ni venye siwezi sema ni nani. Akaenda akatafuta Instagram yangu akasema oh nice, I'm seeing you actually doing lovely work. Nikadhani ala, kwani favor ya God imekam. kidogo akasema by the way I want the number of that lady dressed in black. Alikuwa na black dress. Na hii time yote imefanyika kwa parking lot ya church. So I'm like, okay, nikarudi kwa God nikamwambia manze, undo sasa place ulikuwa na introduce into the mountain of policy and governance. God akasema were you waiting for perfect people there? No. Already the people who are tainted that are already there are the ones that you're going to. Or tayari ndo atakutransitionia wakupatie hiyo nini yenye unataka, the scepter that you're looking for. So knowing how to also deal with these people in the form that they are in, utapata na wase wako na immorality. Utarudi kwa God useme manze mistaki. See, unahitaji wisdom. Omse sasa sahi tukikanga naye hivi kuna venye ananibebanga. Unaona venye tunaongea hivi naye. He doesn't want to have any intellectual conversation. It's more about women and nini and all that. And in my own wisdom, I now need to learn how to leverage on that to be able to implement what God wants. Sitakuja nimwambie women are bad. So akinitisha namba yo dem, nikamwambia tulia tu nitakupanga. At the end of the day I know hakuna kumpanga nitampanga. We are just moving forward.
Akiwachi atasikia. Atasikia vile ulikuwa.
Ataniachia hapo.
So what are you trying to say that we can learn something from everyone? So there's a person that you look like this, you saying I can learn from you this, but I cannot learn from you this. I'm learning that not to do this from an experience with that person.
Hata kwa church yenyewe venye wa pastors kama wewe ni a pastor in the making. I believe there are pastors that you can learn from. There are pastors who allow me to say this. Many of the times when Pastor Nganga is mentioned, people laugh and people think that is funny.
Yes.
That guy carries authority.
True.
Ile siku yenye watu watakuja kurealize hivyo, that guy carries authority. There's also a thing that you can learn from him. By the time anasema mwenye atakuja kubomoa hii kanisa. Anasema kama and he says some nasty words hapo. He carries authority. So there's always kila mtu naweza kaa hivi seme you in your worst state. There's something that I can also learn from you. Don't only learn from people who are succeeding. Also learn from failures. They have a story to tell.
Yes. Actually, I think the best lessons are from people who have failed. All right, interesting. So let's talk about how we can maybe use leadership to make sure we bring to an end poverty in Africa.
That's a conversation that I don't think I see today people wanaitongwa Civil Society of Kenya wanapatananga hapa Westlands. I see kina Tatiana, I see people who are very prominent in these fields and they're doing really well. Manzi God endelee kuwa bless waendelee hapo. But acha tu nikushow. We're not about to see change anytime soon.
We're not about to see change.
We're not about to see change.
So should everyone like work on themselves? Like where it's my individual responsibility to get there. Like we won't end national poverty, but you can actually end
your own personal poverty. I believe.
You will make sure you do not align to it. Like you can do something about yourself.
I think it is possible. God is raising people to do that. But I still feel like they are still in the works. Bado hajatokea. I believe one of those people again is Benny. I don't believe meona a refined version of Benny. Bado. Mpate kitu ka 2 years hivi utashanga ule msa atakuwa nini. So number one, leadership. Remember, leadership comes from legislation. Hiyo ni conversation nyingine deep excess.
True.
There's no leader without a legislator. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that there's no Joshua without Moses. Without someone who's willing to separate themselves and put themselves in a position to go through suffering, to just carry that burden of God and bring that, what is it called? Bring that protocol that is needed. There can't be a leader. So first we have to have legislators. People who are willing to be separated, people who are willing to go through the extremes. No, Moses akuja ashuke chini na the 10 commandments. He was a legislator. Not many people will be able to do that. Now that is first. Now leaders are people who come to interpret what the protocol that is brought. Now a very good example is you talking about poverty. Someone will ask the question, is God happy when people are poor? Jesus alimake hiyo statement, alisema hata mpaka ile siku mtakufa, the poor will always be here with you.
Yeah, he said that.
He said that. Yeah. So is he happy with people being poor? No, it's just the fact that he's understood certain things. Kuna things venye zina happen. So number one, anazamua that the nini ya poverty ikuwe lifted off hapa kiasi. And how he does that is that he has a burden. There's a protocol that he's going, it's a framework that is going to curb that. The person who goes and brings that framework to us is a legislator. Now a leader comes in the sense that the protocol has already been brought to us. This is the way that you should go. This is the principles that you should follow. People will never understand. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. I think pia ni lack of understanding. Because hiyo kitu italetwa lakini people will know. It will need a leader, someone who's able to read that protocol, understand the mind of God, and be able to lead people within that way. So I believe until that day tutakuwa na a full conversation ama people who are very sober in knowing legislators and leaders. Bado itachukua time, and I feel like it's a conversation that hata mimi mwenyewe have tried to bring it up, but God akasema it's not the time. Because anasemanga do not give precious things to the to the nini, they will trample over it. Because sahi penye tumefika, sahi tunafaa kuongelea identity, bado hatujafika kwa nini, hatujafika kwa leadership na legislation.
Tumekimbia sana, tuko mbele ya syllabus. So, you know, I've seen one of your videos. There's a place you are talking about personal branding. Can you please mention a bit of that as a leader now, in the context of a leader?
Personal branding. Personal branding is number one, knowing again who you are, and then knowing how people perceive you. Kuna venye umeni perceive, ni venye nimekaa hapa, na kuna venye wazazi wangu wanani perceive. My parents only see me and can only see me from a son. But how it is that I'm able to portray myself to other people will determine how they perceive me. Now, in the context of a leader, you have to know certain things. Number one, you have to know that if you make a mistake, you're at a position of misleading many. So kumaanisha nini? There's a certain way that I need to live and represent myself, because certain people are looking up to me. So representation is very key. Kama unahitaji brand manager, tafuta brand manager. Hata mimi najiambia hivyo, nitafute brand manager. if you brand manager atakuja kusort hizi vitu ndogo ndogo. Mambo ya social media, like today digital presence is everything. Mambo ya social media, mambo ya your outlook, tafuta msike fashion designer. Hata kama atakuanga na wewe akupatie nguo fulani ujuange hii na hii, because how people see you is how they perceive you. So I believe there's the soft part of getting you pictures, getting your social media right. I believe certain people wako deep. Kuna wase wako deep, kuna wase nyanaza tumika sahi, watu akikupatia social media yake huwezi ona. Number one, venye video zako zinakaa will determine. I think kuna wase wengi wamenisikiza just because waliona Benny amerepost video yangu. Wakiona venye Benny amerepost video yangu, akaingia kwa page yangu, anaona unaingia kwa page yangu unapata hapo the first thing ni generational steward. Nini hizo vitu zote, and then one videos ziko well arranged. Haupati video ya low quality. Anasema hiyo tu inatosha. Follow. There are people who've called me to churches, institutions that I've been called to, like example, one university last week and I declined. It's just because of what they see. So personal branding is really important. It is really important. How people perceive you.
Is it the same with your image outside there? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it is your image. Personal branding is part of your image out there. Remember, the other part of image is now how you carry yourself, how you act. Nikikuja into this room, nilikam kama tu nimekugotea solo ama nimegotea kila msee. Well, greeting everyone, I'm asking you what is your name. There's an, I think people call it an aura. There's an aura that you carry.
Yes.
So as a leader, you need to learn what your aura is and make sure that whenever it is that you're getting into your space, command the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting. You are a leadership trainer.
Yes.
What are some of maybe 3 things that you think like a young leader they should know? They should not live ignorantly. These are some of the 3 points that a young leader should be able to
I
know.
think number 1 or the most important one, ukijua hii uko fit, hata uhitaji kitu kingine, self leadership. I say self leadership and people think it is easy. An example, I've come with one of my students here. She's done self leadership.
Yeah.
She can tell you what we've gone through under self leadership.
And she's still learning even.
By the time we're talking about values, unajua you mentioned values, people don't understand what a moral compass is.
Yeah.
People don't understand how knowing your vision is.
Yeah.
Imagine ukue sahi wewe una vision and then you've been given a system or a team to lead and you're supposed to vision cast.
Yeah.
It will mean that you will cast a vision but you will not be able to integrate the team. So number 1, most important, self leadership.
Yes.
You ukijua you're sorted. And then I think second thing is strategic thinking and decision making. Strategic thinking and decision making, kuna vitu kama problem solving, kuna kitu kama crisis management, kuna risk assessment. All these things are minute things that help you or shape you to be a leader. And then the last thing, which I believe is the most important, team cohesion. Your ability to control other people. Like tunaweza kuwa hapa na venye tuko hivi si wote. Your ability to be able to make everyone feel like they're part of ecclesia. Ni hivyo. Ile siku yenye Ronnie atakosa kukam, anajua ni sasa leo sijakam, video haitashutiwa. Anaelewa that you know why the reason as to why people move ama switch jobs from job to job just because of a paycheck yenye imekam, it's higher than the other one. Ni because I feel like they are part of the thing. So for you, the most important thing is always the salary. And that is why hata sisi in Digital Africa tunaanza session fulani, tunaanza series fulani inaitwa Principles Made Practical, because it is needed. We'll bring it to a climax sasa hapo at KICC. So I think self leadership, strategic thinking and decision making, and your ability to coheed people or teams that you're leading. That is the most important.
Wow. Interesting. We are learning so many things here. Ronnie, I hope you're learning. So we are done with today's session.
Thank you.
And this was such an amazing conversation. I've learned so many things. And I'm looking forward to have another conversation with you. So I hope when I invite you, you'll come.
I will come.
Ama, you will tell me, like, there's something we need to talk about. So at the one is initiate.
Sure. No
That's how I want you to feel free.
Sure, no problem. Actually, after you guys, I should invite you guys to come to one of our places. Ronnie manzi, sijuko. Have you ever shot at an open space? A place where there's no hakuna building. Now think about that. When you guys are ready, tell me.
We'll let you know. Apparently, it was one of our plans. We said we're studying here, but we'll also do a lot of outdoor.
Yes.
It's something that was in our mind. So you bringing it up, man. Chapata plan. Asante sana. Asante. So maybe in your parting shot, maybe something that's very important. Iwezi taka ibaki.
Yeah. My parting shot. I feel like, okay, this is what I know. If you've not known yourself, someone else will help you in knowing you. And that comes with a consequence. They can help you in bringing out a wrong version of you. So your environment really matters. The people that you have around. Before you make that decision of having a child, make sure that you understand the consequences that comes with it. As a parent, when Jacob sits down and he says, "Gather around me, O ye sons of Israel, and I will tell you what will befall of you." You know what Jacob did there?
Yeah.
Jacob was depositing a seed of greatness in each one of them. So it tells you that Judah, wherever you will go, the scepter shall not depart from your hand. So it doesn't really matter what happens in your life. So long as you're in the tribe of Judah or in the family of Judah, that has to happen for you.
Yeah.
So there are certain things that we need to learn consequences. Before I'm a parent, it means that by the time naleta mtoi, I'm able to understand certain things. Or else we will be held accountable one day because certain things didn't happen. I certainly believe things like families, things like people separating, things like crime that we see in our society today, it is mainly formed by our families. If you can be able to just be responsible in that one area, hii nation itaenda mbali.
It change a lot of things.
It change a lot of things. Na maze God our bless. Your future is bright.
Amen. Thank you so much, Tinega, for coming through.
Thank you.
That was such an amazing conversation. I believe people will learn a lot.
Yes.
And we invite more people to learn from you, because there's so many things that I think young people, they just have the right mindset. We are able to change this nation very fast. Having the right mindset is the reason he's here. If you listen to him, the kind of mindset that is having, the kind of knowledge he has acquired, he has taken a step to make sure he had a mentor. At first nilisema he's actually studied to show himself approved. So some of these things as young people should be able to make sure that we don't perish due to lack of knowledge. So follow him up and you'll learn so much from him. From me, thank you so much for being part of Ecclesia Kenya, and we want you to be able to discover your true identity, be able to have a mindset that is very productive, so that all together we can shape the culture of this nation in a positive way, and above all in a kingdom way, because we are strong believers in the kingdom and God is our Lord. Have a great time ahead. Amazing.